Hey guys, I'm in Travertine Hot Springs near Mono Lake and actually near Yosemite too. And don't tell anybody, but we all spent the night here last night. These are some nice people that I met, and we spent a good amount of time in there last night in the hot spring, which is right here. That's one of them. And no one felt like leaving last night, and you're not really supposed to camp here, but we did, and it was fine. No one woke us up. So there are pools all over the place here. This is probably not one you want to get into, but that's one right there. And then this is the view you get, which is pretty awesome. There are more people down there, and there's a bathroom or a pit toilet. And then there's multiple springs down there. If you keep walking, I think a quarter mile, you end up, maybe there's 6 of them down there. All these rocks here, they all have, at one time the springs must have came down them, because you can see there's channels down them. And this is kind of a ridge here. If you walk up the ridge, that channel runs all the way down the ridge, down to another pool at the other side. I'm not sure if I'll show you that because there's multiple people in there, and last time I was there they were all naked, so I'm sure some people would like to see that, but this is kind of cool, huh? There's a small town down here. It's called Bridgeport, California, but we're just surrounded by mountains. Yosemite, I think, pretty much starts right over here and goes south and west of here. The Tioga Pass is not far from here, about a little less than an hour, I think, maybe a half an hour. This is a cool place. Lots of hiding places. Imagine being a kid here. Kind of looks like you're on Mars if you took away the trees. But you can see in the distance the peaks have a little bit of snow. It got very cold here last night. We're about 7,000 feet in elevation here. It got to 9 degrees last night. And that is way too cold. I kept waking up because it was too cold. It's like your body's like wakes you up because it thinks you're gonna freeze to death, I think. Although I was warm enough, but the temperature when I got up in my van was 27 degrees, and that's just not comfortable. There's the town way in the distance there. It's a tiny town. And there's one of the springs down there. You can see people. That's the one that's kind of picturesque. The water, I think the water runs, well, yeah. No. I guess at one time the water came all the way down here. But I think the water must start a little further down. Some of these springs must have dried up, I guess. You can see at one time there must have been springs all over this area. Or maybe certain times of the year. So all that water comes out of this little tiny, looks like a little tiny spring. So the spring starts way up there. And there's my shadow. All the way down to the pools. So this one actually has 4 pools.
Yeah, some of the ones on like those are nice. Yellowstone has the one, Boiling River. I mean, it's saltwater like trout stream. You can just find a happy medium or go like that. Over there, and well, first of all, there's a really nice blue hot spring over there that's like.
This is a really cool experience. The springs, but also meeting really cool people too. It's nice, it's really nice. As you can imagine, it gets quite busy here, especially on the weekend. And yeah, not bad at all though, during the weekdays, during the day. So this is right across from the hot springs, and it's called Sawtooth Ridge, I believe. Really cool mountains around here. So guys, this is a noisy spot because it's a vista point along the highway. But check this out. This is one spectacular vista. That is Mono Lake. They call this the Great Basin, I believe. So cool. Can you see the snow-capped mountains in the background? It got cold last night. This is really kind of jaw-dropping, in person anyways. And look at the guardrail. It's plastered. The entire length of it is plastered in stickers. It's really cool. Ooh, mod pizza. That's yummy. I didn't proofread all of them, so I'm sorry if some of them might be inappropriate. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, doesn't get any better than that. I like that sticker. Mono Lake, that's a cool sticker. Ooh. Somebody covered up an In-N-Out burger sticker. How dare they? So it just keeps going on. I won't bore you with all of it. But this, I could sit here all day and stare at this. I came and met my new friends down at Mono Lake. This is, I think, a county park. Go check it out. So this is the elevation in 1951. And look how much further we have to go to the lake. They have birds here?
Your favorite.
I love birds.
Yeah, it's like a good migration lake.
Nice.
For a lot of these birds.
I don't know any of these birds. A Marie Reed? A Peter Latourette? Are these the names of the birds?
They sound like...
They're like people names.
Yeah,
Seen the red-winged blackbird?
Well, that one, yeah.
That's about it, but yeah, the Peter.
Peter and Marie?
Yeah, it sounds like a writer's name or something.
Yeah.
There's two Peters.
Oh, it's a popular name for birds.
That must be like a female or a
Latourette.
It's a French bird.
Yep.
Yeah.
French Canadian, probably.
No,
Doug.
Yeah, they hang out up in Canada. That's their breeding ground.
These are not tofus. What are they called now? Tufas. These are tufas. I believe these happen, this is the only place in the world that these happen. These occur. That's what I've heard anyways. So there's a real heavy calcium carbonate in the water, and so now I forgot everything.
It's like 3 times more saltier than the ocean. You mix all that together and you get a tufa.
But what do they call them? They call them some kind of spring, like standing springs or something like that.
I read something like that.
Yeah, I wish I would have paid more attention to what I was reading. They look kind of otherworldly. So the salinity is so high, this lake never freezes, except the very surface of it. Sometimes there's enough fresh water that it will freeze. Whoa, what are these fuzzy things flying? Oh, cattails.
I think there was, what's that other spot down there, Phil? That had like a ton of them.
Ton of tufas?
Yeah.
Ton of tufas.
White tofus everywhere.
White tofu. Tofu towers.
I mean, that might be what tofu looks like if you were to stack it on top.
It is like curd, yeah. If you don't form it into a block, they look like tufas. Oh, greebies. I love greebies. That's crazy.
Is that a dead bird?
Yes. I think that's a seagull. Or it was. Right there, yeah. Oh, gross. I thought this was ice, but it's...
Nope.
It's salt, I guess.
A lot of salt.
Or baking soda.
White sand beaches.
Oh yeah. These are some nice white sand beaches. So there's a big plume of smoke over there. And when we first saw it, it was tiny, and then it kind of, it spread out, and then it was kind of heart-shaped for a little while. And now it's kind of big. Saying maybe it's a volcano exploding. There's millions of them. Ew. Okay. That's strange. And then it kind of fills back up with the white stuff.
Yeah.
The greebies like it.
Yeah, they do.
They float really easily in this, I'm sure.
Greebies.
The greebies.
I think of Greebies Bakery.
Greebies bakery.
In Milwaukee, it's like the oldest bakery. So who wants to try it? Ooh.
We'll let you try it first. It would be impolite for us to have them first. It's our country, you should try it first.
Jimmy, I saw you are making some cooking videos.
Yeah.
For your channel.
Yeah, people like my cooking videos. I make some.
I need to check some for some inspiration.
I use a lot of flies and larvae.
Rich protein.
Yeah.